Let's go around the grounds in the world of sport because there's been plenty happening this week, and I want to kick it off with Brian Fletcher and the NRL. If you'd have told me, or if I'd have told you at the start of the year that Parramatta would be on top of the ladder and unbeaten, what would you have said?
I would have said, give me some of those drugs you are on. Now, look, I mean, Parramatta, it's great for the fans because, I mean, when Parramatta are going well...
Because you hate Parramatta.
I don't hate Parramatta at all.
He hates
I hate Nathan
Perth.
Hindmarsh, that's it. I love Parramatta. Parramatta are good people. I know where, I mean, they played Penrith. They had 6 months to get ready for that game. Last year they were awful. And they were down 10-0 against probably the worst Bulldog side we've seen in a long time.
That's a good win against the Dogs. They're
So
up 10-0
the big
Doggies.
test is the next couple of weeks. They've got the Chooks, then they've got the Sharks, then they've got the Raiders down there. So look,
do you give them any hope this weekend against your Roosters?
I think they'll go all right. I don't think they'll win, but with Blake Ferguson is playing out of his skin, not only in attack but in defence as well. Like he got the intercept last week, but he's rushing up. He's going really good for him.
I will say that the Unibet team are going to offer the biggest fill-up of all this week if you're a Parramatta fan. Don't worry about what odds you see on the website. We're going to fill up with the Parramatta Eels this weekend. I think they can win. What about your Bulldogs? They're atrocious.
Yeah, you don't win the comp in March, do you? That's all I can say.
Well, you can lose it.
Nah, they'll get better. They've got to get better, don't they, boys?
Broncos, Dragons, Panthers, Storm. Which game would you like to see most out of those two?
Broncos
and Broncos, Dragons.
That'd be a good game.
Yeah, I think the Dragons. They've got Corbin Sims back. Look, I don't know what's going on.
They need the whole Sims family.
I know.
back.
I don't know what's including Ruan.
Right.
No, I don't know what's going on with that spine, as they like to call it. But I don't think Gareth Widdop is happy at fullback.
Yeah. The AFL. We started the first round of the AFL. Massive upsets. I think all bar two teams with the start actually won. Of course, GWS was one of them, and they were my best bet. Essendon, no good there. But big wins to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Huge win, Western Bulldogs. We mentioned a couple of the others. Geelong over Collingwood. First time, I think, ever the two defending premiers or defending grand finalists have been beaten in the first round, or at least for a decade plus tax.
Yeah, it was amazing. That Brisbane game, I think it showed the importance of having veterans in the back line, especially with the way the runners are now, not being able to deliver the same sort of messages. And you look at Luke Hodge, he was fantastic in that back line. Brisbane are going to be tough to beat at home all year, but amazing amount of upsets all weekend. And it's just hard to judge about who's going to finish where. But the worst game of footy I saw was Gold Coast against St Kilda. Those two teams are rubbish.
Is the upset's got something to do with the new rule changes?
I don't think so. It's like you said, 6 months to get ready for it. But there were teams, Essendon won 8 of their last dozen games last year in the run to the finals, made the finals and then played atrocious. The Swans were always solid but were disappointing. You could argue Collingwood were very disappointing. Melbourne were the worst.
Hey, what about my boys, the Cats, mate? Don't worry about Collingwood being disappointed. Cats are all right.
Cats were amazing. But I think Brisbane beating the West Coast, the litmus test will be this week. GWS go over to Perth, and I think GWS can beat them again over there in Perth.
They'll get a couple back though, West Coast, you would think, and obviously so tough at home. They normally bounce. Good teams bounce.
And the Friday fill-up or the footy fill-up on Unibet this week.
You never used to chat.
Shush, Fletch. The footy fill-up this week is the Swans, $2 to beat the Adelaide Crows, and that's on Friday night. Racing, your boy Gothland goes around on Saturday in one of the...
He's in the Group 3 Neville Selwood.
Support races.
Good each-way chance. We had him in the Tankard as well, but I thought we'll go for the easier option. So he's racing well. We've got Spring Charlie in the last at Rosehill as well. And then, of course, the Group 1, the Tankard, Avilius, has got to be hard to beat there.
Have you got any blue silks in your household? Because the way they're winning, they finished first, second, third in the slipper. They won the other Group 1.
Yep.
They're going well, James Cummings.
Oh, he's got plenty of ammunition, that's for sure, but he's going well.
The question I wanted to ask, how long do you see him in the job for? James Cummings, he's early 30s now. Is this a 20-year job for him, or will he get bored and want to go out on his own again in 10 years? Or can he go from here to Dubai and UK as a trainer?
I just think he'll want to stay here. I mean, he'd be on a great retainer, probably over $1 million a year. Why would you want to go and train outside that? He's got the best facilities, the best horses. I think it's there as long as he wants it.
Yeah, I don't think money's an issue. He's obviously well versed there in that particular regard, but I'm just thinking from a career
I wish
perspective.
they'd hire Kim Waugh, the Godolphin camp.
They can't afford Mark Waugh. The baggage is too much. And you guys are interested in the Golden Slipper. How did you see the Royal Blue winning everything?
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I mean, when you're watching the race, you just didn't know which was.
I knew where mine
yeah.
was. She was last.
I backed microphone, so I was sort of cheering for a
Yeah,
microphone.
I thought it was good. You didn't get the winner though, Russ.
No, she was last as well.
Yeah.
That's a couple of last.
You had a
over the
bad weekend, didn't you,
I had a
Russ?
shocking weekend. Somehow won money. The NBA playoffs kick off. No LA Lakers. The hype about LeBron has been like a pricked balloon.
Well, they actually looked all right before he got
what
injured.
Did you call him?
LeBron.
Oh right, no, I thought you said something else. Sorry. Hang on.
Until he got injured. I mean, I can't remember how many games he missed. It was double figures, and then it was all downhill from there. But the recruiting, they didn't get one of the other big guns that they needed. They went after DeMarcus Cousins, didn't get him. One of Paul George, didn't get
Why
him.
didn't his cousin want to play?
Yes, Russ got fired, eh?
Family history.
Come on, you're laughing.
Yeah, so no, they're not good. They're
Fletch
bad.
normally tells all the jokes, doesn't he?
I'm just getting into it. So who wins?
Golden
Golden
State. It's they're going to be too good. in
Odds
the
on.
Biggest story happened in cricket when we saw the man cat, which I used to think was called the man
Man
cat, because
Yeah.
you're a cat if you do that sort of thing. He ran the bloke out, but you spotted that he tried to do it the ball before as well.
No,
Or
no. The
something.
ball after Steve Smith came in, and it was the same bit of backing up by the non-striker. He was just out of his ground, and Ashwin could have done it to Steve Smith as well. So the
What
thing with-
brain snap goes through your mind to do that?
Well, I
sort
don't
of
know. He's captain as well, so it's not a good look. The man cat is a piece of play which is legal, but normally you only do it if the non-striker, the batsman non-striker, is getting an advantage trying to steal a single.
Or if you've got
so you'd
one
warn,
to go,
you'd warn
yeah.
him and say, mate, stop trying to steal us, an extra run by getting out of your crease before I bowl the ball. But Josh Butler, the guy he man-catted, was basically just
Standing
in
there.
his ground, and he stopped his action and waited for Josh Butler to actually go out of his crease, and then took the bars off. So.
But he also gave Josh Butler a second or two to get back, and he didn't look urgent. He's going, no, you're not going to do that, surely
Well,
not. And he
I
gone
mean-
flip. Has it ever happened to you?
No, it hasn't.
Have you
no.
seen it, Junior? Like in a.
No, not in a game. I haven't played in a game where it's
If you
happened.
were captain in a game like that, and Australia's, we've been part of the worst one, the underarm, but would you say, we'll call him back, or is it out, it's out?
In
Can
that
you call him
situation,
back?
I would. No, I don't think you can once the umpire gives it. But the man cad, you would only even think about it if the non-striker was trying to cheat and get a real head start before you bowl the ball, and then you give him a warning. He didn't even give Butler a warning.
What about Kyrgios? Kyrgios did an underarm. Did you see that when he
Underarm
did an
serve, that's
serve?
what copped the old mate doing
Exactly.
his
So
bit.
is that similar? That's not in the spirit of the game. It's illegal.
Well, I don't think Kyrgios flies the flag for the spirit of tennis, does he?
No.
One would have thought. One thing I will say, they won a couple of one-days over the Pakistanis, the Aussies.
Aussies, yeah.
They have turned the corner.
Going well. They've
Where
won.
do you find a spot for Warner and Smith?
No, they'll be in the World Cup squad. I think there'll be enough spots for them. Someone like a Hanscom or a Turner will probably miss out who have been in this squad.
Yeah.
So someone's going to be unlucky, but I think they'll come back in, Warner and Smith. I think you've got to have them there. If they find form, they're obviously great players. They'll be there.
Okay, that'll just about wrap up our trip around the world of sport. Coming up, all of our slam dunks and our Hail Marys and the episode of Back or Lay that you've all been waiting for.